From Marshfield High School, welcome to Senior Night for the Marshfield Tigers. My name's Chris Conley, and we'll be underway in just a moment for tonight's varsity game. It's the Marshfield Tigers and the Chippewa Falls High School Cardinals. Both of these teams are below 500. Both of these teams probably look at this as a winnable match. Marshfield comes in 3-7 and 1 tie on the season. Chippewa Falls 2 10 losses and 1 tie. This is senior night at Marshfield, which means seniors will be starting. And the starting lineups are being introduced to the crowd that's gathered here at Marshfield High School now. We're going to be right around 50 degrees, and it was windy earlier this afternoon. And, later tonight, we're going to drift down into the 30s after we're done playing here. Introduce you to the goalkeepers before we get underway here. Zach Myers, a junior for the Tigers. In fact, I believe he'll be the only underclassman who'll be starting here. And Lay Diallo for Chippewa Falls. He's the tall kid in the blue goalkeeper's kit right next to our 3 officials in yellow. So, boy, there's a tall, lanky goalkeeper that the Tigers will be trying to put up some points against. And Tigers wear their home black kits with the white numerals, Chippewa Falls and the white tops, cardinal red shorts, and the white socks. Overcast, it rained a little bit earlier today, but aside from it being cold, weather's not going to impact play here. Jeff Moulter, the varsity coach, who we'll be speaking with down on the field at the end of tonight's match, sent a little message up here to the press box congratulating his seniors, the graduating class of 2023, and the Marshfield High School Soccer Tigers for 2022. There is Zach Myers stepping forward. Braxton Kurth, one of the defenders, is one of the captains on this team. There's Will Dominy, midfielder. Peyton Schreiner, senior. There's Mahil Patel. Some of these Tigers have the glow-in-the-dark orange cleats, which will make them easier to spot. We appreciate that. There's Jacek Mancheski, another one of the seniors coming forwards. Michael Dick. Before this match got underway, some of the senior baby pictures and pictures from grade school displayed on the big screen here. There's McKaylee Piffley. Let's go down to field level as the crowd here at Marshfield rises for the national anthem. Overcast and cool. I mean, here in central Wisconsin, doesn't it always feel like we turn the page from summer to fall, like in the space of an afternoon or a weekend? We are playing under fall-like conditions for sure tonight. Be underway in just a moment. Our soccer coverage on Zaleski Sports, getting ready for Marshfield versus Chippewa Falls, is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Sign up for Fleet Rewards and get exclusive offers and deals. Earn points and save. 500 points equals a $5 reward. Plus, it's free to sign up. Start earning points today. Get everything you need at one stop at Fleet Farm. For those who recognize that I'm an unfamiliar voice for Marshfield sports coverage, my name is Chris Conley. I usually call the D.C. Everest games, and I'm filling in today, and we'll be back here again on Thursday. So glad that you are hosting me at the beautiful Marshfield sports facility. I mean, this is the envy of everyone in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. You will notice, too, or it's something that I've noticed when I've come over here to do football games, first time that I'm doing soccer on this pitch. Every inch of this place, and it's a beautiful facility, is sponsored by somebody. That if you don't do it that way, well, you don't get a facility like this. So you'll see on the field our friends at Forward Bank and at Sherrill Tire, which operates their gas part as the store and has Subway sandwich shops as well. So you'll see them as we pan back and forth from our left to our right. And on the one hand, yes, everything here is, quote, commercialized and monetized. Like I said, it's got to be that way. You don't have a facility like this if you don't. On the other hand, it shows a tremendous amount of community support. Shows that there were lots of people, businesses and private donors, who wanted this to happen for this high school. And that's why you have it. The times that I've come over here to do Marshfield versus D.C. Everest football games, well, those have been happy experiences for the Tigers and not so much for the Evergreens. If you are unfamiliar with high school soccer, we'll play 2 40-minute halves, so 80 minutes of play will bring us to full time. And here again, you see the football field that overlays the soccer pitch. The touch lines are beyond the out of bounds and beyond the football marks. And the end lines are right at the back of what would be the football end zone. Whistle sounds and play is in. Again, what's interesting tonight, again, these are two teams that are going to finish below 500. But each team arrives here thinking that this has got to be a winnable match, right? And it looks like Marshfield will send that over the touchline. That's deflected out off one of the Chi-Hi players, I believe. Nope, Chippewa Falls will throw in. They'll be deep in their defensive end. We are just underway. We congratulate all of the Marshfield High School seniors. They had a little more soccer to play. Again, we'll be right back here for Thursday against Smash, a conference matchup, which will conclude Marshfield's conference part of their schedule. And then we'll go into the early part of October next week when the playoffs await. Marshfield's Division II school, just smaller enrollment. Chippewa Falls Division I. And Chi-Hi, with only 2 wins, figures to get a tough assignment in the opening rounds. One of the things that's changed in recent years for soccer, you remember not all that long ago, before those COVID-impacted seasons, you used to play everyone in your conference twice. So you would see fewer regional games like this one. Yeah, Chippewa Falls probably on the bus for about an hour to get here. Well, let's see if Marshfield can get something to develop here, a little bit too far out in front, and Chippewa Falls takes it away. Long ball ahead, a little bit behind, and out of play. Tigers will throw in right in front of their bench. About 2 minutes in, just underway here, no score. Yeah, Chippewa Falls has lost to most of their Division I opponents, so they're going to be a low seed versus a high seed when we get into playoff action. And Marshfield, one of the good things about being a Division II school, Marshfield in terms of enrollment, that's the student body that you get to pick all of your teams from, is a big Division II school. So you wind up getting some schools that simply don't have the numbers. Early foul called, and Chippewa Falls on the restart. Couldn't quite get it to the big box and cleared out of danger. Chi-High plays this back. One of the things you also notice, now, most of the soccer games that I've called this year have been on natural grass. Here's a ball ahead, promising chance, bumping in the box, shot, goalie can't save it. It's a score for the Tigers. Tigers go on top early. Julian Clopton being announced to us as the goal scorers. Makali Peferi gets the assist. Early on, Tigers will play from in front. And you know what? In a match that you expect to win, it's always a good thing to play from in front. But when you think here are two teams that want something positive to happen towards the later parts of the season, having that lead to build upon is a good thing. That was the first time that either team was able to advance to the big box. Long ball ahead, and that's nicely disrupted. Braxton Kurth. Kurth was kind of the last line of defense, but now a turnover, and the Tigers, a little sloppy on defense, allowed Chi-High to possess. Saved in, trying to center it up and over the crossbar. Boy, that was a pretty quick look. Just 1 minute after the Tigers get their goal, Chi-High gets a look. Liam Dewitz, the junior, put that too tall. You know what? Chi-High did a nice job making sure that they didn't give up the chance. This ball is up and out of play, and while the ball's in midfield, we're going to take our first commercial break in just a moment. We'll have picture-in-picture, so you'll still be able to see what's happening here at Marshfield when we step out for our sponsors. Stay with us here as the Tigers are on the attack, so let's see how this develops. Ariel Patel is in the middle. Marshfield plays this back. Will Domini got a touch, and now on to the wing. That's Makali Peferi, who had the assist, tried to move that forward. This is going to go over the touchline. I would say that didn't go over. This will be a goal kick. Yes, it will be. So 5 minutes in, let's take our first commercial break with the Tigers leading Chippewa Falls 1-0. This is Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggleworms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
While we were in our commercial break, you saw that chance for Marshfield not particularly well struck, and this ball is coming back the other way. Each team has put together one scoring chance, and the difference in the match right now is that Marshfield has cashed those in for a goal. And Chippewa Falls put theirs just a little too tall from close range over the crossbar. 1-0 in our 6th minute. Tigers throw in right in front of our Zaleski Sports cameras. Tigers play this back. Yeah, I had mentioned earlier, the soccer that I've covered so far this year has all been on natural grass. And the game does speed up, even though, look, turf technology has gotten so much better in recent years. Years ago, if you had a synthetic or an artificial turf field, it was like playing on a green carpet. If you're able to walk one of these fields, like here, you'll see that the turf really is individual blades with that rubber composite underneath. it plays much more true, but it still plays faster than if you were on a grass pitch. And I think of all the sports that impacts, does it really impact football? No, not that much. But it does impact soccer, and it's an adjustment for the players. Not as much of an adjustment of the old carpet-like fields. Here's a run for Chippewa Falls along the far side. Marshfield takes that away. And Marshfield plays this short instead of clearing it down the field. Lucas Barth carries that. And now to play into the bench area. Well, Marshfield sure did get it out of danger right away. Chippewa Falls has to regroup from the middle of the pitch. Again, unable to connect on the long pass. Tigers take it back. Yeah, I will share this story with you, and it's kind of a Conley family story from when I was a kid. My dad had an unusual job. Dad's company was a sneaker importer. And back in the 1970s, there was just not a lot of soccer being played in the United States. So he was the importer of Puma soccer cleats. And there just wasn't a big market for soccer cleats in the United States in the 1970s. Soccer would become much popular 15, 20 years later. So if you didn't bring them in, shots skidding along the turf and saved. Zach Meyer, sure-handed, throws it way out. Came in a little hot for Michele Piferi. Marshfield has it back here. So one of the international all-stars who wore Puma soccer cleats was Pele. And Pele in the 70s played for the New York Cosmos when he wasn't part of the Brazilian national team. And back then, the New York Cosmos played at the old Giant Stadium in New York, which had the old carpet-like turf. And the professional soccer players simply would not slide, would not challenge for the ball on that carpet-like turf. It would literally, it would rip your shins or your thighs. It was like, well, if you were a kid and you slid on the carpet at home, well, it hurt like crazy. So that soccer almost wasn't real soccer, just because the way the field was changed the way the players played. And now, even though the ball plays faster on this type of synthetic turf, at least you can challenge and not tear yourself to pieces. Marshfield plays this off to the wing. Tigers with a 1-0 lead, and the Tigers have been developing the better chances outside the big box, trying to get that center taken away. That's Liam Dewitz. It's the second time that the Chi-High defenseman there has interrupted a chance. Tigers here trying to get a little separation. Shot didn't get through clean. That was Michele Piferi. See if Chippewa Falls can counterattack. Long pass ahead, and then unable to control it. So that was something good and something bad. The pass was accurate, and then the receiver just couldn't hold it in. I see that here later in the week. Well, let's see, this is homecoming week, right? Marshfield Tigers have their homecoming football game coming up on Friday. I believe there'll be a little bit of interest in that game as the Tigers will play Wisconsin Rapids. I saw the Rapids football team last week, bouncing ball there, handled by the keeper, Zach Meyer. So Meyer is sure-handed, and he'll throw this out to the far side. I saw the Rapids football team last week, 28-21 winners over DC Everest. Competitive game. Tigers football team has accomplished a lot here. Boy, are they offside? No, onside, and just barely, and the Tigers are going to clear this out. Looking at that second player for Chi-High, he may have been beyond. Shot wide from about 20 yards out, wide of the near post. Yeah, obviously people who are watching this Zaleski sports coverage, right, you'll be wearing your orange and black for the football game on Friday, sure. That's going to be a competitive homecoming game. I'll tell you this, if you're a fan of the other type of football, both teams have very good lines. I was here for the Everest-Marshfield game, too, a game that tilted Marshfield's way, pulled away in the second half. but both teams have good offensive and defensive lines, which will make Friday night's football game here competitive. Advantage to Marshfield, I would think. I mean, Marshfield's accomplished a little more in conference play and will enjoy home field advantage and the big homecoming crowd, and all those things do matter. Chippewa Falls, why that's a bad pass and taken back by the Tigers. Let's see if the Tigers can create from the middle of the field moving forward. That's Peyton Schreiner. Shot bounces on goal, not well struck. So one hop and gathered in by Le Diallo. And he'll punt it out. So we've talked a little high school football, and the other type of football that we're enjoying tonight is brought to you by Stone Innovations. Get your next countertop, island, or stone wall from Stone Innovations, specializing in fabrication, design, and the installation of a great variety of stone products, residential, commercial, or public structures. All look to Stone Innovations. Find them online at stoneinnovations.net. One word, stoneinnovations.net. Bouncing ball ahead. Marshfield had two defensemen back. Can't keep this one in over the touchline. One of the things that you like for both of these teams, particularly Chippewa Falls, I mean, they've got only 2 wins. You know, late in the season, is everybody trying? Is everyone putting in full effort? And yes, they are. So that's good to see. Competitive back-and-forth game. Marshfield holds the edge in chances so far. 4 shots on goal to Chippewa Falls 1. Chi High on the far side. The best high school soccer game, best soccer match that I've seen this year, Chippewa Falls and DC Everest played each other last week, and those are the number 1 and number 2 teams in the Wisconsin Valley. They both came in a tie for first place. Wisconsin Rapids and Chippewa Falls and DC Everest. The Evergreens lost their opening game of the season, lost to Eau Claire Memorial, which is a state-level team. Got a foul called here. This is going to be an interesting spot on the field. The Tigers are going to be able to put this on goal from here. They'll be about 25 yards out. So storytelling will stop, and we'll see how Marshfield plays this. They play it small and off to the left side. A little more separation there, and it's played back. Marshfield possesses, advances forward into traffic, edge of the big box, cleared out, but no, not fully cleared. Tigers still. Shot here, high and over the crossbar. Will Domine, the senior, put that too tall. This will be kicked out by Chippewa Falls. Yeah, last week's DC Everest Wisconsin Rapids game, Rapids had 1 tie. They were 9-0-1 coming into that game, and the Evergreens were 10-1-0. Long ball ahead, scooting towards the goalie and gathered in easily by Zach Meyer. Goalkeeper's got it, and will play this out short. About to enter our 16th minute. 1-0 Tigers. Tigers' goal came early on at the 2-minute mark. Perferi got that forward. Patel centering and cleared out up. And out of danger for the time being. Tigers still hold the chance. Ball ahead, headed out of the big box. Trying to gather this in. Julian Clopton, who's the goal scorer, and over the touchline. Yeah, that soccer match from last Thursday went to DC Everest 2-1. Wisconsin Rapids got a goal in the first half, led 1-0 at halftime, and it was the Evergreens who scored twice in the second half. Everest next week, later this week, beg your pardon, on Tuesday, will play at Merrill, last place team in the Valley, and that will probably give the Evergreens the conference honors for this year. Tried to get that centered hard off one of the Chi-High defensemen, played back. High ball towards the box, put there by Mancheski. Still possessed here. You know what? The Tigers really have dictated terms for the last, 5 minutes or so of play. It's been a while since Chippewa Falls has gotten a look at the net, so this is a dangerous spot. Headed towards the big box, headed out. And the Tigers have been winning a lot of the 50-50 balls, too. So, I mean, this match, as we reach the middle stages of the first half, advantage Tigers, not only on the scoreboard, 1-0, but it just feels like it's more likely that the Tigers will get the next goal, too. Chippewa Falls has been mostly reduced to counter-attacking chances. Run towards the far side, out of play, Tigers throw in, deep in the attacking part of the pitch. Substitutes coming on. We'll step out for a break. 1-0 Tigers over Chippewa Falls on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Welcome back to Senior Night in Marshfield. Glad you're with us for Monday High School Soccer. I'm Chris Conley, and we appreciate the warm welcome for everyone here at Marshfield. It's cold outside. Very nice in the press box up here. And they've saved us the best seat in the house, too. We're right on the center line for the pitch of tonight's game. Contact there, draws the foul. Yeah, it was the Marshfield player that wasn't straight up and down there, so that's the whistle. And a brief stoppage. And are we going to have a yellow card here?
No. Injury.
Right, that player's got to come off the pitch. Thank you. And now we're ready to go. Yeah, I didn't see anything that was card-worthy there. It's the Marshfield player that wasn't quite straight up and down and made the contact. Again, Chippewa Falls controls. Shot too tall. Colby Stoll, Jr. One of the best struck balls that we've seen in a while, and one of the first looks at the net down here at the other end for Chippewa Falls. Too tall. Approaching the midway point of the first half. I'll tell you this, just from judging the flow of this match, again, Marshfield has had the better chances. This is left off on the wing. Keegan Friedrich there. Good ball control here and plays it back, and a nice pass too. Gets it back in the center, trying to create some separation. Chipped towards the goal. Keeper is off his line, gathers it in. Got there before Patel did for the Tigers, and this will be kicked away. And you know what? That's the other goalkeeper who's now on, is it not? Is that still Diallo? Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, here, play on through that. Chi-High possessed the ball anyway. Chipped ahead. Goalie off his line. Contact and gathered in. You know, for an underclassman goalkeeper, usually it's seniors who make more of those decisions the right way, whether to come off the line or stay back. It's one of the toughest decisions that a keeper has to make, and if you come off your line, you've got to win the race to the ball. Player from the other team gets there first, the whole net is open, and you'll wind up giving up a goal there. So that time it was indeed Zach Meyer who won the race to the ball.
He never kicks, even though he's got the wind.
Chippewa Falls, promising chance, looking for the equalizer, smothered. Good pass to set up the chance, and then not particularly well struck by Grant Von Hayden. I think Von Hayden would have liked to have gathered that ball in. He had a little bit of space to operate, put something stronger, a little more authority on the goal there. Instead, Zach Meyer up to the task. Played off to the wing, and the Chi-High defenseman is there. Yeah, I mean, Marshfield has had the momentum in the middle stages here of the first half, and they lead only 1-0. You would think, since they've generated better chances, that they'd like to have one more goal, give themselves a little bit of separation tonight, but that hasn't been in the script so far. And since we've gone to 1-0, Chippewa Falls has gotten 2 looks at the net at the other side. Corner kick coming up here for the Tigers. High and bending away towards the edge of the box. It is out of danger for the time being. Gathered in by Schreiner. Played to the wing. Offside, yeah. That's right, that player in the middle was beyond the last defender. So that's 2 of ours to 1 of theirs, and up goes the flag. Chippewa Falls, counter-attacking chance, but the Tigers have 3 players back. Grant Von Hayden again. It's Von Hayden who misfired the last time. Fancy with the ball on the wing. Unable to center that out, and the Tigers' defense came up and marked him. Chipped ahead on the left side, and Marshfield, smart play. Park that over the touchline and let Chippewa Falls throw it in from the wing. Well, Chi-High will get to push more of their pieces down towards the scoring area. Thrown in by Solomon Mason. Thrown into traffic. Goes back out. Again, this is Mason on the wing. Tries to center. Shot. Again, too tall. Colby Stahl, Jr. Chippewa Falls has only a couple of seniors. 5 on their roster. So maybe Chi-High plays better soccer a year from now. Marshfield's got a nice mix. Got what, about half of these seniors? And then the rest will come back next year. Clopton's goal at the 2-minute mark. It's the only scoring we've seen. Played more than 20 minutes of scoreless soccer since then. In traffic, Chi-High tries to center. Small ball to the far side, but there's traffic there, and the Tigers have it well defensed. And over the touchline. No, kept in. And the Chi-High player fouled, not going for the ball there. And the Tigers will get a chance to clear this out. You know, over the last minute or two, Chippewa Falls has been playing better. They've generated a few more chances, and they've possessed the ball more, which is why this 1-0 lead doesn't quite feel secure yet. Foul there against the Tigers. So this is from the far side, about 25 yards out. Something lofting here, let's see. A lot of air under that, towards the big box, headed out of danger. Wow, the Tigers almost turned it right back. And there's Brett Manigal trying to get it clear. High school soccer tonight is brought to you by Carrie Van Oert. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like a good neighbor, Carrie Van Oert State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Get a free quote from Carrie for auto, homeowners, renters, business, life, short-term income protection, long-term income protection, and banking products. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like a good neighbor, Carrie Van Oert State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Find Carrie Van Eert State Farm on Facebook to get started. Tigers play this small into the center. Wow, if Friedrich, number 4, could have caught up with that, would have had a good chance. Just a little bit too long for him. Tigers back towards the middle part of the pitch. Yeah, Marshfield's trying to reestablish momentum, played off to the wing, gathering that in. This is Paferi in traffic, save. Diallo came out and will punt it away. About 14 minutes to play until intermission. Tigers put it over the touchline. Cardinals put it over the touchline. Marshfield to throw in. Yeah, we'd said this earlier, that years ago you'd play everyone in conference twice. And over the last couple of years, the scheduling has changed. You play everyone in your conference once. And what it sets up is more intersectional games like the one we have tonight. Chippewa Falls, Big Rivers Conference. Marshfield Tigers, Wisconsin Valley Conference. Not sure how I feel about that. I think when you play more teams in your section but not in your conference, seating shot here on the far post, smothered off the goalie's hand. Corner kick for the Tigers. Promising chance. When you play more teams in your sectional, I think you get more accurate seedings, that you find out who everybody is when you get seeded for the state tournament. Into traffic, pinball's out. Schreiner's got it, tried to put it back in towards the big box, deflected away. 1 player back for Chi High and 3 back there for the Tigers, so nothing comes of that. Played over to the far side. And I don't think very often, when you used to play everyone in your conference twice, usually you'd get the same result for both games. Foul called here, and it's against Chippewa Falls. So the Tigers will get to clear that away. Braxton Kurth will take that out. Play this across. Mancheski is there. And Tigers play this short, chipped ahead. Patel. See, again, there's one of those balls. We're playing on the synthetic turf. Probably made that a little bit too long for Keegan Friedrich. Ball kind of skidded beyond Friedrich. Played a little softer, and he could have had a run from the wing. This is played off to the side. Fury, fancy, plays that back. It's deflected off one of the Tigers. Chippewa Falls will throw in from deep in their own end. Into the 29th minute. Tigers lead 1-0. Early goal, and that's it so far. You know, you can tell we're getting into late September. You remember when the soccer season started back in August, it would still be sunlight out now. We'd only need the floodlights for the very end of these matches. We've been playing in darkness almost the whole night. Chippewa Falls cross the pitch, can't make that connection. Tigers disrupt the chance. To the center. Off to the side. Think we're going to play on through that? Yeah, got ball. Didn't get player there. Good no call. Chippewa Falls still possesses. Headed up towards the box. 2 players around colliding with the keeper, and that's going to draw the foul. Yeah, that's the right call. Can't undercut the goalkeeper like that. Yeah, goalkeeper has the right to play that ball. Chi High had 2 players in the neighborhood. It's the right whistle. Tigers here. Perferi tries to chip that forward. That's a nice ball headed towards the near side post. Save. That was a nice ball, steered just on the wrong side of the near side post. Chipped ahead towards Clopton, who's the goal scorer. Perferi again tries to create something into the box, trying to turn on that lot of traffic. Player goes down, no whistle. Play on through that. Patel was the one who engaged with the Chippewa Falls player. Again, that would have been a penalty kick there in the big box. Tigers again, and boy, momentum over the last minute or two shifts right back to Marshfield. They're getting all the chances, and that one's high and over the crossbar. Yeah, with how momentum has shifted in the last minute or two, Chippewa Falls has got to defend this one-goal lead and not go down any further if they want to stay close in the second half. They're in a little bit of danger here because the Tigers have just dominated. All the action for the last couple of minutes has been in the Tigers' offensive half of the pitch. To the center, Domini now off to the wing. There's room to operate here for Perferi, and could not get it over the touchline. Boy, that's a tough angle. Yeah, I mean, you get the physics of soccer here. As you get closer and closer to the end line, the angle diminishes, so a shot becomes tougher and tougher. So if momentum is carrying the ball towards the end line, you want to let that fly as soon as possible. Yeah, Chi-Hi's got to be careful here. Can't turn the ball over in their own end. Tigers have 3 back. Chi-Hi's got a couple of players trailing. Trying to lead that over on the edge. And this is going to go over the touchline. While the ball's in the middle of the pitch, why don't we step out for another commercial break? Got about 7 minutes left of the first half. Tigers leading 1-0. This is high school soccer on Zaleski Sports.
Really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Chai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Well, as we get to the later stages of the first half, this has been a competitive, entertaining match, and it looks like it will be decided in the second half. Towards the wing, over the touchline, corner kick coming up for the Tigers from the near side. That was Patel who was racing towards the ball. Someone else is going to take this corner, though. Let's see how the Tigers play this. Perferi will put this back in play. Line drive into traffic. Chippewa Falls defender puts it out. It was Liam Dewitz, and another corner for Marshfield. Try this one with a little more air under it towards the near side. Goalkeeper comes up and gathers it in. Good save by Le Diallo. Diallo's going to punt this out. Chippewa Falls tried to get that ball ahead a little bit too long. Tigers take it right back. Pinballed around. Good job fighting for it. Colby Stahl. Stahl tried to play that ahead. Tigers had 2 defenders there on Solomon Mason, and nothing came of it. To the near side wing. Put on goal. Got a player there. Tigers not cleared yet. Shot in traffic. Save. Grant Van Hayden, who put one over the crossbar before, tried to skip that one, and Zach Meyer up to the task. Counter-attacking chance for the Tigers. Off the Chi-Hi player to be thrown in by Marshfield. Porphyry's had a nice first half. Throws it in here. All the way back out. Tigers towards the middle. Mancheski is on the wing. Plays that short. Domini's easy to spot. He's got those bright green soccer cleats. We always appreciate that when the best players wear something that makes them stand up a little bit. Headed, edge of the box, traffic. Chai gets it out of danger. Kept alive by Mancheski for the Tigers. In traffic, a lot of contact, and we'll play on through that. Long ball ahead. Goalie is off his line. Shot off his hands and in. Yeah, we said that before. When the keeper comes off of his line, he's got to win the race to the ball. He did not there. And Chippewa Falls has evened this late in the first half. Grant Von Hayden, who had 2 shots earlier, has tied this match at the 37th minute. Again, I think that those are the toughest decisions to make for your goalkeeper. Do you stay back and hope that one of your defensive players can come and help out, or do you come off your line? But as you saw there, when Zach Meyer came off the line, if he doesn't win the race to the ball, a lot of net is open, and it sure was in that case. So again, the Tigers, who have had the better chances, who have possessed more than Chippewa Falls, now find themselves in a 1-1 tie. We've got about 2.5 minutes till we come to halftime. Wow, one of the Chai players, off one of his own players, looked like he got hit in a tender spot. Going to stop the clock here for an injury stoppage. And while we are in this injury stoppage, these messages from our Zaleski sports sponsors in the 37th minute, now tied 1-1.
First things first with Midstate Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school, then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. Or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Midstate Technical College.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Still waiting for that Chai player to get up. It looked like that kick may have hit him right in the face or the head, yeah. Without seeing a replay, I thought at first that it hit him down lower, but And, you know, he was hit in the face by his teammate who had wheeled his right leg all the way back to try and clear that ball down the pitch. So that got him at very close range. Athletic trainers still talking. And a slow walk over to the bench before we restart. We are late in the first half, and we're tied 1-1. Tigers may be a little bit frustrated by this. Again, Marshfield has possessed the ball more than Chippewa Falls. Marshfield has created better scoring opportunities for themselves. Find themselves tied 1 apiece. Ready for a restart as we'll play out the final 2 minutes or so before halftime. Goalkeeper will punt this out to midfield. Wow, dangerous play there, and that draws the foul. Yeah, I like this as a foul against the Chippewa Falls player. Again, the Chi-Hi player, to me, got man and not ball. I agree with that. Tigers. From the wing, Mancheski. Trying to get that centered in traffic for Domini. Tigers play this off to the wing while that pass was slow in getting there and almost taken away. Gomnit Mason was the junior for Chi-Hi who came up and almost took that ball away. And he was going to be able to dribble and make a beeline towards the goal. Coming back the other way from short range, tough angle shot. Again, there we talk about that diminishing angle. The closer you get to the end line, the harder the shot it becomes. Nothing comes of it. A look at the goal at the 38th minute. We'll come to halftime at minute 40. It's Keegan Friedrich. Again, I think the important thing for Marshfield in the second half, Marshfield looks like the more skilled of the two teams. I mean, we're going to be tied 1-1 in all likelihood at halftime. I think Marshfield needs to not panic, stay within their game plan, and keep generating chances. If you can dictate terms to your opponent, you think eventually, over the next 40 minutes of play, something positive will happen. We'll see if that's how the second half plays out. Under a minute to go in the first half. Headed into traffic, small box. Wow, I don't think the keeper saw that for a moment. I think he was screened, got a whistle, got a stoppage. This may be a foul on Chippewa Falls. Talking to Colby Stahl. It's in the box if that's where the foul is called. What do we have here? Again, prolonged conversation with the Chi-Hi captain. This will be a penalty kick for the Tigers in the 39th minute. So likely to untie us in the very late stages. Patel takes this shot and off the keeper and saved. Penalty kick at the 39th minute and nothing comes of it. And now a conversation. Did the ball go over the goal line? That's the conversation here. Whistle didn't sound or wasn't set? Yeah, wasn't set. You're going to have to try this again. This is putting your keeper in a tough spot. Now, for real, and a goal. Second time was the charm. Chippewa Falls not going to be happy about that. Mira Patel at the 39th minute. So Chi-Hi had this tied up 1-1 for only 2 minutes of play. So Patel got to do it twice with the ball not ready for play the first time. And the keeper made the save the first time. Now this is going to bring us to the end of the first half. You know, when you're Chippewa Falls and you only have 2 wins out of 13 matches, you just kind of feel snake bit on something like that. It is a penalty kick from Patel at the 39th minute. Now the foul in the box was legitimate. Chi-Hi, I'm sure, is frustrated that their goalie came up with the save the first time when the ball wasn't ready for play and then gave up the goal the second time. It is 2-1, Marshfield leading Chippewa Falls at halftime. Stay with us the second half when play resumes on Zaleski Sports.
Time now for the Jerry Sin Show, recorded at Edgar Family Restaurant in Edgar. And sponsored by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan, promises kept, plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org today. Welcome to the Jerry Sins Show. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, here at Edgar Family Restaurant on Edgar's lovely north side. Here visiting with Coach Sins again today. Coach, let's first start. You missed your second ever game from the sidelines. Of course, you had a good reason. We'll talk about that later on during our talk here today. But what you missed was 42-0 over at Marshfield. We'll go to the end of the game first. Sometimes in those games that are one-sided, there's an advantage to that. One, hopefully injury-free. You want to stay healthy in those types of games. But players that will be featured in 2023, in 2024 get to have some playing time. So how do you and the coaches take advantage of situations like that and let the future kids come in and get some work on a Friday night?
Oh yeah, you're completely correct there. And we've tried to do that pretty much all the time for years and years. If you're fortunate enough to get ahead, then you can keep your starters healthy. That's why we very seldom have any starters with gaudy statistics, because they don't get many opportunities to build those kinds of stats. And of course, the young guys get playing time. They stay interested, they stay motivated and involved, and of course, yeah. Then the next year they have some varsity experience from those situations. Yeah, we were ahead 35, to nothing, I believe, at halftime. So I wasn't there to witness it for sure, but I'm reasonably sure that most of our JVs got to play probably pretty much the second half.
Yeah, and a big advantage for that, because there's a huge step up from practice during the week to the lights are on, the people are in the stands, and all that. There's some pressure in that, especially for a freshman or a sophomore. So to feel that pressure early on in their career helps them definitely later on. You hopped on an airplane on Wednesday. Game was on Friday. So coming into Wednesday, what was your message to the team? How did you handle communicating with them and still helping them to get ready for that game on Friday night?
Yeah, I had to let them know on Sunday when we had the film session following the Pacelli game, where we were looking at Pacelli and then watching Marshfield, that I would not be there the following Friday, and why I would not be there. And of course, many of our kids are at least aware of my grandson, because he's kind of one of the top-rated players in the state of California. So they've seen him on film and so on, and I told them, well, I've never seen him play a game, and I think this is the best week of the year maybe to do it. They're playing their crosstown rivals, so it'll be a big game. And so yeah, I left early on Wednesday morning. I had completed practice plans for Wednesday and Thursday, and left them with one of the assistant coaches to put up and so on. We already had the defensive game plan in, the offensive play script. We were just, we had talked about spread the ball around, let everybody, get involved and so on. So, and of course, it worked out pretty well that way. Fortunately, we got a JV game in with them on Monday too down there, so that was good. So the kids got to play a little more, and some of the younger guys got to play. But everything worked out well, other than the weather in California, which was a mess.
We'll tell everybody how that all went at the end of the show, because I think it's an interesting story. It's something that we don't hear around here. Here we shovel snow, but that's kind of our big complaint year-round in this area of the country anyway. All right, so no big deal this Friday. Just got the defending state champs coming in to play football. Now, you're no stranger to big games, and over the years, and games at your place or on the road, we can go through the whole history of them. But this is a pretty big game, and Colby in conference now, so it's a conference game on top of it. How do you go about talking to your guys about that? They're the state champs coming in, and how do you keep everybody level and just focus on Edgar Wildcats football?
Well, yeah, we started, of course, right away on Sunday night. We had film at 5 o'clock on Sunday night, and I got home at about 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon after changing my flight plans because of the game getting switched. But yeah, we began talking about it immediately, and of course we look at film and tried to explain to him that no, it will not be a game like the last 2 weeks have been.
Right.
It'll be a game more similar to the Stratford game, which was our second game of the year, which was more of a defensive battle. And fortunately, we came out, on top of that one. But it was a good, hard-hitting game from start to finish. And of course, the kids remember, playing at Colby last year. We have quite a few guys back that actually played at varsity last year. So they're certainly aware of the fact that the game is going to be, hard fought from start to finish. And the practice routine has been good this week. The focus has been good. So I think we're ready to probably play well.
Jim Hagan, coach of the Colby Hornets, has had a lot of success over there. What do you know about Jim? What's your relationship or your history with Coach Hagan?
Well, I haven't met them all that much because they've only been in a conference a couple of years now. And of course, the first year was 2020 where we had the COVID situation. Mm-hmm. We used to play Colby a little more years ago, and he was on the staff at that time too. But I went and listened to him talk at the clinic in Madison last year. He spoke a while, and then his O&D coordinator spoke and so on. So we're somewhat familiar with them. We know the style, that they play. They've gotten a little more wide open now too. They use maybe more formations and offenses than they used to. They just play hard-nosed defense. They always have a good kicking game. They always have a good punter and a good kicker. So they do a lot of the same kinds of things that we try to do, and so it'll be a tough battle.
You mentioned some similarities, or at least some comparisons between the game that you hosted against Stratford, now Colby. So Kohler Kilty, running back for Stratford, kind of a big bruiser, a little younger guy, but a bigger bruiser. Now you got Caden Healy, that I'm sure you've seen on film, almost 500 yards rushing. What did that game against Stratford do specifically defensive-wise to help your kids understand that here's another good running back that's coming in here this week?
Well, yeah, Healy is a different type of a runner. He's more of a slasher and a speed guy, where Kilty was more of a power guy, even though he, had some finesse too. But yeah, it's a different situation. Their blocking schemes, of course, are different too. The formations are similar. Certainly they know, because they know from last year, when we played him, that he scored a touchdown or two in the game last year. Last year he played a little bit different position than he's playing now. He was more their wing reverse guy, where now he's like their featured back. But yeah, they're certainly aware of it. Lopez is another, good runner for them. They have a littler guy. His name is Rude.
Yeah, Rude. Yep.
It's a quick, shifty little guy that is now doing the things that Healy was doing more last year. And so once again, the kids are aware that he can break one if you don't stay awake and so on. Quarterback has a pretty good arm, throws the ball pretty well too. So yeah, they have a good, varied offensive attack, and you can't really focus too much on one thing or somebody else will beat you.
Homecoming week, on top of everything else that's going on. For me, homecoming was more about the other, the school in general and the community and the town. But still, there's a chance that some of the guys could lose some focus, to get wrapped up in the homecoming activities, make sure they've got a date for the dance and all those kind of things. And how do you keep their head straight on homecoming week?
Yeah, we started talking about that right away on Sunday, and of course we re-emphasize it every day that, have fun in the homecoming activities, but don't put too much time, effort, and energy into that. Save as much as you can for the game, and then you can celebrate it on Saturday or whatever after the game. So yeah, we're always aware of that situation, and hope that the guys are listening when we tell them that.
Conference-wise, everybody has played 2 conference games here so far. Abbotsford, Auburndale, Colby, Edgar, all 2-0 in conference. Obviously, the winner on Friday night moves to 3-0. With there being so many teams at the top right now, you may not have room for a loss. So what's kind of your outlook on that when we're looking towards the conference championship, which is certainly one of the goals that's on your list, and so many teams performing really well this year? Loss would be not good for that goal.
Well, exactly. Even though, of course, as you mentioned, we have yeah, we have Colby this week. Well, next week we got Abby, who's also undefeated, who's had some big wins. And about a week after that or two, we got Auburndale, who's in the same boat. So we can't get 2 up or 2 down, you know, no matter what happens, because we all have to play each other. Obviously, 4 undefeated teams. Well, none of us have played each other yet, so there's going to be a lot of big games in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
There will be some losses to be assigned, and all that. But obviously, much better outcome with the win. You begin to kind of chase after that goal. It becomes a little more real, and week by week. I look at the score. Colby 48-8 over Loyal. Loyal's had some issues this year. But I look at that touchdown came in the fourth quarter. I wasn't at the game, so I can't say, but I can certainly tell you that you're a good motivator. Coaches are good motivators. Did Coach Hagan let?
You can hear more of Edgar football coach Jerry Sims on our Zaleski website. You follow us on the YouTube channel also. Man does nothing but win state championships. Very impressive football program at Edgar where, it's a small school. So, you need like all hands on deck. You only play good football if you get most of your good athletic kids to come out and play. And Edgar sure has done that over the years. I'm Chris Conley, glad to be filling in for tonight's Marshfield soccer coverage. You know what's made tonight manageable? It's going to be cold, but there's no wind right now. It was windy during the day. The flag is just perfectly still right now. So, this would be a cold and difficult night to be outdoors if it was windy, and it isn't. We are just underway in the second half, and the Tigers enjoying a 2-1 lead. And this is going to be a goal kick. I'll recap you on the scoring. The Tigers scored in the second minute of tonight's match. Julian Clopton was the goal scorer. He was assisted by Michele Pafiri, 1-0. And then we played the next 35 minutes of the first half without any scoring. Tigers got the Chi-Hi got the equalizer, Grant Von Hayden, where Marshfield's goalkeeper, Zach Meyer, came off the line. A lot of the net opened up, and Van Hayden, who had misfired twice earlier in the first half, put one wide of the post and put one over the crossbar, but did not miss on his third try. Tied us 1-1 at the 37th minute, unassisted. Had a penalty kick for the Tigers, which gave them the lead with less than a minute to play in the first half. Mary Patel took the penalty kick, and it was kind of an unusual sequence because he struck the ball first and the referee hadn't sounded his whistle that it was ready for play, and the goalie made the save on that. Here's a chance for Chippewa Falls looking for an equalizer shot, and it's wide. How many more promising chances do you get like that over the course of a match, and just wide of the far post? Corner kick coming for the Cardinals. Yeah, so Patel's initial kick, the one that didn't count, was stopped by the goalkeeper. And then the one that did count, where the whistle did sound and the ball was ready for play, he scored on. Beat the goalkeeper low and to the left. And that's the 2-0 lead that the Tigers enjoy right now. Nothing from that corner kick. Goes all the way across the pitch and over the touchline. Thrown back in. Let me look around here and double check from our friends here in the press box. Are the Tigers using a new goalkeeper now, or has our goalkeeper just changed his jersey there? New goalkeeper. So is that Kai Renz who's there? Yes. All right, so a new keeper is out. Yeah, that's Kai Renz. See, we picked that up. He's wearing the light blue. Whereas Zach Meyer played well in the first half. So that's Renz, sophomore, between the pipes down at the other end. Chippewa Falls, little separation, left that on the wing. There's no one there, so the players got to keep with this. Running that down, that's Michel Schrotner. Went out of play. Just because they're close enough that we at Zaleski Sports wind up covering a lot of Chippewa Falls high school sports. Now, we had one of their football games earlier in the year, just based on who they play. So we will assume that there are some Chi-Hi fans who are looking in at tonight's streaming service too. Welcome. Glad you're here. And, of course, when you come into the stadium here in Marshfield, you see the sign right near the ticket booth. Tonight's game on Zaleski Sports. Yeah, Chippewa Falls got the equalizer at the 37th minute, and the game stayed tied for only 2 minutes of play till that penalty kick came. This will roll over the touchline, and the Tigers will put it back in. To the center, challenge, yeah, there's the whistle. And that's officiated the right way. You want to see if that loose ball is going to be controlled by the Tigers, then it would be play on. Julian Clopton was challenged and taken down, and the Tigers are going to be able to put this ball on goal from this spot on the pitch. Set up a 2 or 3-man wall. 3-man wall. Patel will take this. Over, arcing, went off the football goalpost. Goal kick. Too tall. So we're about 5 minutes in the second half. The Tigers have enjoyed a 1-goal lead for most of tonight's match. At 1-0 forever, and now at 2-1 after a penalty kick late first half. I think there are a few more goals to be scored tonight. Tigers have it back. A little bit of room here for Friedrich. Nice ball back, shot too tall. Good pass. It was Will Dominy who put that on goal, just a little bit too tall. Yeah, neither team has been able to get up by 2 scores, and that sure would change the feel of this match. A run here for Chi-Hi, and a shot, and it's a goal. You know, the Marshfield defense was soft. Let that player carry the ball right in the center of the pitch for a long, long time, and he cashed in his opportunity. Ties us up at 2 apiece. I think that is Sean Berg's goal, but we will wait. It'll be radioed up to us in just a minute. No, that's Ethan Fashionbauer. Fashionbauer unassisted. Tied 2-2. Yeah, I think Marshfield, and everybody after the goal scores looks at the videotape, either what the team is filming or what we have here from our Zaleski Sports cameras. Someone's got to mark that player up. Had a lot of room to operate in the center of the pitch and just carried the ball, improving his shot each yard that he carried the ball closer. Tigers try and regroup. That's a little bit too tall for Patel. Patel's got it, though. Plays it off to the side. Yeah, he and his teammate weren't quite on the same page. Need that player on the wing to be moving towards the ball. In the box, in traffic, out of play. This will be a corner coming up for the Tigers, I believe. Yes, from the far side. Little air under it. Headed. Shot there, bouncing, smothered on the near post. Friedrich's shot smothered by Diallo on the near side. Ball still in play, deep in the scoring area. I think that went out off the Tiger wing there. Going to be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. Soccer coverage on a cold Monday night brought to you by Heartland Farms, a fifth-generation potato and vegetable farm producing many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. The cream of the crop in the potato farming business. Learn more at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Chasing this back is Clopton. Plays it further back. Tigers keep possession. Tigers try and get this into the center for Schreiner. A little bit too long. Now circling back on it, here's Patel. But Patel's got two players around him. Not able to create in the tight space. Chai comes back the other way. Nice run by Gambet Mason till he gave it up. And now we've got a whistle foul. It's against Marshfield. Chippewa Falls on the restart. To the edge of the box. Tigers have it out of danger. It's on Domine's foot and off to the side. While this goes out of play, let's take a break. We're tied 2-2. Tigers and Chai on Zaleski Sports.
R&R Flooring in Spencer is your place for the best in innovation and lowest pricing for your flooring project. New or remodel, tile, carpet, hardwood, ceramic, cork, you name it, R&R Flooring is ready for you today. R&R Flooring supports area programs like the broadcast you're watching and also supports area suppliers so you get great quality and pricing that fits your budget. Go to R&R Flooring today to see their showroom of flooring, furniture, mattresses, and custom-built showers. R&R Flooring in Spencer.
And you saw while we were in the commercial break that Chippewa Falls got their first bid for a lead wide towards the far post. Tigers counterattacking here. Clopton, fancy footwork, centers in traffic, and from close range, missed. Got a great pass to Patel, and Patel put it too high. Carried all the way down to the small box to try and retake the lead. Patel's going to want that one back, I think. Got the ball in a lot of traffic. Tigers created off the corner kick, off the goalkeeper's hands, and then gathered in on a second chance by Diallo. So Chippewa Falls fought to get back to 2-2. Had a good look at the goal down at the other end, and then it was the Tigers who are creating. Something's not right, the goalkeeper here? Yeah, that punt's short. Tigers possess. Marshfield back on defense. Got that out towards the center. Friedrich again, off to the wing. Too hard as it came into Porphyry, and this will be a Chippewa Falls throw-in. JV game earlier today. Tigers 1-0. Bouncing ball gathered in by Kai Renz. Renz, goalkeeper in the second half. Zach Meyer played the first half for Marshfield. And that's over the touchline. Chippewa Falls will throw in. Soccer coverage is brought to you by Whitetail Properties. Looking for hunting or recreational property? Call Brian Resch at Whitetail Properties, 715-213-4468. Whitetail Properties, 715-213-4468. Little bit of a run here that's going to stay in play. Isaac Gamble caught up with it and then tried to slide it towards the end line too long. Tigers led 2-1 at halftime, tied 2 apiece now. Tigers have 3 players back here. Chippewa Falls filling in, played off to the side. Fashionbauer, who's already a goal scorer, lost control of the ball for Chi High. Tigers have it back. Friedrich. Tigers' last match was a 2-1 win over Wausau West, and that's a nice win for this team. Tigers also played a tight, competitive match against DC Everest earlier in the season, and the Evergreens are at the top of the table. 2-1 loss there, so nothing for the Tigers to be ashamed of about that. And Thursday, one more conference game to play against Spash. That'll be a Zaleski Sports Soccer match, too. Happy to come back and be on the mic for that. Spash will be a tougher opponent than Chippewa Falls tonight. To the center and some room to operate. See what the Tigers can create here. Again, the Chippewa Falls defense is slow in matching up. Shot, Friedrich, and a save. Yeah, Chi High has got to get someone to the ball faster than that. Friedrich carried that down, got a promising look. Little bumping there. Play on, goes over the sideline, and that's going to be Tigers' ball here in the 54th minute. Substitutes coming on. We'll take a break. Tied 2-2 on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Thought that may have been a handball back in the Tigers' end. We play on through that. Chippewa Falls in this tied match plays it back. From long range, there's no one there. Hey, got to advance the ball a little bit closer than that. Kai Renz, sophomore, makes the save and punts it out. Ball is up. Tigers win the race to the 50-50 ball. Kept in near the touchline, hustling Patel. Trying to create from the wing, edge of the box, into traffic, cleared. Schreiner comes forward to play it for the Tigers. Tigers push everyone up. Played to the wing, pass too long. Turn the ball over. Zaleski Sports Soccer coverage is brought to you by Spectrum Benefit. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices throughout central Wisconsin, your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. Edge of the box here at the attacking third. Tigers play this back over to the wing. Captain Lucas Barth trying to get that in. Not cleared. Tigers still have it. Now to the wing on the other side. Into traffic again, trying to get that to Patel. Came in a little hot, off his foot, cleared down. Tigers worked for it and will keep possession all the way back near the center. Trying to keep that in on the far touch line, and did. Schreiner, the senior, turned over. Yeah, Tigers still have it. Tigers have won the possession battle over the last couple of minutes since it's been tied 2-2. But again, it's Shy High that has tied the match at 2 apiece, so the Tigers feel like they've got some more work to do. Challenging ball for Friedrich to keep it forward, and then a little bit too wide for Clopton. Again, much of the play has been in the Tigers' offensive end. Turned over. Tigers have 3 players back, but still possessing here is Berg. Berg in traffic, couldn't make it through all 3. Marshfield takes it back. Counter-attacking chance, nice ball on the wing, some room to operate. Michael Dick kept it in on the touchline, and no, and out of play. '58th minute. Subs on, we step out, tied 2-2 on Zaleski Sports.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
We're coming up on the middle stages of the second half. Tigers enjoyed a 2-1 lead at halftime on Patel's penalty kick in the closing minute of the first half. And since then, Ethan Fashionbauer, Jr. for Chippewa Falls, has tied us up 2-2. And about 20 minutes of play to break the tie. We hope, right, on a cold night like this, you don't want to end at a draw. Want a clear winner this evening. No whistle there. Friedrich, too much of a touch. Tries to slide this between players. Copton, tough angle over the end line boundary. Tigers looked around like they thought that was a corner kick. It is not. Since Chippewa Falls tied us at 2-2, the Tigers have possessed the ball much more than the Cardinals and have generated more chances. But still, here we are, tied 2 apiece. Marshfield looking for their 4th win of the season. Shy High is only 2-10 and 1 draw. And that, the lowering the shoulder is going to draw the whistle there. That foul is going to be on the Tigers. Soccer tonight brought to you by Ag Country. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned cooperative with a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans and leases, crop insurance, tax records, they've got you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point to get started. Long ball ahead. I don't think there's going to be a good angle here, and the Tigers have a player back. Goalkeeper comes out. Ball is loose, and the keeper now has it smothered. Kai Renz covers and throws it out to the near side wing. Back in his own end, Lucas Barth. Across the pitch. A lot of room there if you can gather that ball in. Yes. Shy High's got it back. Only 1 goal in the second half. And it is, at least for now, the equalizer for Chippewa Falls. It's a nice ball ahead to Patel. Can he create there? Got 1 player on him. A lot of contact. That may have been a foul coming up against Shy High, but Marshfield no whistle because the Tigers still possess. Here's Barth. Barth plays that ahead. This is Landon Lee. Lee came in during the last group of subs that came on. Shy High takes it back. It's a bad pass that turns it over. Barth. And the teams are going to trade turnovers here. And both teams will substitute again. All of our Zaleski sports games that involve Marshfield, a lot of community support for our broadcast. So when you see a sponsor, go ahead and patronize them. No sponsors, no sports coverage. This is Barth. Plays it back to Friedrich. And now back a little bit further. Kurth. Barth again. Into traffic. Pass a little bit behind. Trying to set up Clopton. Goes back. Tigers still possess. Chi High packs everyone in tight. Looking for some kind of separation in the center. A little bit of room. Tried to slide that ahead. Patel, edge of the box. Shot wide. Tigers were patient. Created a little bit of separation there. Unable to convert. Goal kick coming up. Chippewa Falls trying to split the two Tigers defenders, left off to the wing. Race to the ball on the far side. Tigers are there first. And out of danger. Since tying this 2-2, Chippewa Falls has had one shot on goal and tried to get something out of that run there. And on a night where more or less Marshfield has dictated terms, you got to worry about those runs. You don't want to find yourself down. Chippewa Falls shot into traffic, footed out. Loose, edge of the box, in traffic. Goalkeeper comes out to gather that in. Kai Renz. Renz has allowed one of the goals. Zach Meyer was scored on in the first half. "15 minutes of play remaining to break a 2-2 tie. Marshfield run down the wing. Can they get this centered here? Shot. Score! Just like that, the tie is broken. "65th minute. Just to my eyes, best struck ball of the night. 3-2 Tigers. Matthew Uphoff, it is a sophomore on senior night who scores the goal. An assist to Mason Horn, sophomore to sophomore. Tigers looking for another. Patel trying to win the foot race. It's high and out of danger. Tigers want to throw it right back in. So maybe this is a momentum-changing moment. Friedrich played that over to the wing. Friedrich's got it back. Tigers have not trailed in this match. Chippewa Falls looking to clear this out. Yeah, Tigers had a 1-0 lead, then tied one apiece. Had a 2-1 lead and were tied in the early stages of the second half, and now it's the Tigers up 3-2. Landon Lee will play this back to Barth. Long run playing this back. Defense is a little soft here around Friedrich. Friedrich plays that across. His teammate was not on the same page. Horn had broken forward, and the pass came behind him. Clopton, Patel on a penalty kick. And Uphoff, goal scorers for the Tigers tonight, 3-2. You know, when you're ahead, it's not cold on a night like this. It's when you get towards the late stages and you're thinking the match may not go your way, you start saying, gee, it's chilly out here. Tigers long, the Chi-Hi long ball ahead. Goalkeeper comes off, clears it off to the side. And Kai Renz, no mistakes. This is Lucas Barth. Can Barth get it centered from there? Tried to into traffic and still in play, not over the touchline. Shot headed in front and wide. Got to figure the Tigers would love their spot in this match if they could add one more security goal. 12 minutes left. 3-2 lead. Out of play, Tigers will throw in. Little room here for Friedrich. Plays it small. Friedrich tried to give it back to him, and that Chippewa Falls defender got a foot on it. Broke up that opportunity. Played off to the wing, Landon Lee. How many more opportunities does Chippewa Falls have? And then they've got to try and make the most of them. As it is Chippewa Falls, who's played from behind all night. Twice they've managed to tie this up, and they'll need to do it a third time or suffer their 11th loss of the season. Chi-Hi throw in, quick restart. Tigers player comes up, challenges, and won the ball for a moment. Split defenders. Opportunity here. Player goes down, got a whistle. This is going to be a foul on Marshfield, and I think they're going to rule that this is in the box. No. The official comes and marks it outside the box, not a penalty kick. That's what the Chippewa Falls player is arguing here. I mean, this is a good spot on the field to be for Chi-Hi, but there's a huge difference between this being a penalty kick and just a regular foul. Tigers get to set up a wall. Boy, this is the opportunity that Chi-Hi needed. 1, 2, 3, 4-man wall here. Fashionbauer, who's already scored once, is going to take this here. Looks like the keeper, Kai Renz, is going to play this towards the near post. Here's the shot into traffic off the wall, bounces, and cleared out. Boy, you just get the feeling that that was the opportunity that Chi-Hi needed, and nothing came of it. Tigers' 3-2 lead is still good, and 10 minutes to play. One of the Tigers players is down in front of the net. And a change in goalkeepers. Renz comes out. Zach Meyer will come back in, it looks like. Or is Renz going over to the sideline there? Well, let's see. We've got a Marshfield player down. And the clock stopped in the 70th minute. We play 80-minute matches in high school, so it's going to get late soon. No, Renz is staying in. Renz refreshed himself on the sideline. Mason Horn was the injured player. Horn is up and is walking under his own power towards the bench. Chai is going to be able to put this ball on goal from this spot. Fashionbauer is going to restart when play comes back in. And yellow card was just shown to the Marshfield bench. That's some kind of bench warning, or I don't know, maybe the goalkeeper needed to stay on the pitch in that spot. Not sure what that's about. This is taking us a while to get restarted here. High towards the edge of the box, headed off to the side. Chippewa Falls, while the player couldn't quite locate the ball, and it's out of danger. Shy High plays it back. Again, the opportunities are precious just because there's not a lot of time left. Whistle and a foul. Friedrich fouled Fashionbauer. To the edge of the box, up and out. Handball. So another chance for Chippewa Falls. From right at the middle of the pitch. Shy High has generated some chances for themselves since the Tigers went up 3-2. This one cleared away. Tigers looking to sustain and close out. Chippewa Falls trying to get a few more chances for themselves in the late moments. Taking a long time to restart here, and these are seconds that Chippewa Falls is going to need. Into traffic. Tigers up. Near Patel. Yeah, Tigers possess. On the wing, Landon Lee. Lee tried to play that ahead. Deflected. Shy High takes it back. Over the touchline. Boy, Chippewa Falls needed possession there. It's a bad pass that goes out of play, and the Tigers get it back. Lucas Barth to throw it in. Long ball. Tigers have two back. Foot race to it. There you go. That's why you need two back there. Parked over the touchline. Kurth puts it out of play. Chippewa Falls will throw it back in, but the Tigers get to set up their defense in this spot. 6 minutes left in regulation. Into traffic. And again, parked over the touchline on the far side. Chippewa Falls has a couple of fast players. mean, they're trying to split through the defenders. Thrown into traffic. Keeper up to save. Kai Renz. Landon Lee for the Tigers. Tried to get that to Friedrich. Friedrich still on it. Now to the other wing. Edge of the box. Chipped wide. Boy, that's been the first look at the net down at the other end for Marshfield in a while. 5 minutes to go, so for Chippewa Falls, tick, tick, tick. So the Tigers look to make a 3-2 lead stand up. Tigers continue to possess. Friedrich off to the side. Chip towards the net, too high for Patel, headed out. Patel came up, won the ball again, edge of the box, shot wide of the far post. Could have been a knockout blow. But here Patel, senior, didn't give up on that chance, won the ball back, and earned himself a shot at the post. Coach Jeff Molter gathered that ball in. Yeah, how many more chances can Chi High generate here, where the Tigers have possessed the ball more since going up 3-2. Chippewa Falls has it back to the center. Boy, had a player on the wing, opted to center that, and the Tigers took it away. Over to Landon Lee. Back to Lee. Goes across, misplayed by the defender, turned around on that and wide. Chippewa Falls got to hurry. 3 minutes left in regulation. So at this point, Chi High just feels like they're playing for a tie. Again, homecoming week for the Tigers. Soccer plays again here on Thursday. And football against Wisconsin Rapids on Friday. Patel. No whistle because he keeps the ball. He was shouldered off of that. Play on. To the near side, Landon Lee. Patel's got a little room to operate. Tried to get that to the center. Up off. In traffic. Lost it. But again, the Tigers are possessing at a time where Chippewa Falls has to be creating opportunities for themselves. About to enter the 78th minute of play. Still time to move it all the way down the pitch. Long ball, too long. Keeper is way off his line there. Dangerous chance. And his defenseman clears it out. Maybe that was the opportunity that Chippewa Falls needed that didn't get. High ball ahead, up and over. Kind of bounced and skidded off the turf here. And came in too hot for Fashionbauer to control. 90 seconds left. Matthew Upoff's goal could be the game winner tonight for the Tigers. Upoff at the 65th minute. Gives the Tigers the 3-2 lead that they enjoy now with 1 minute left to play. And the Tigers take it away. To the wing, chipped ahead. Patel came up and challenged that ball. Now it's a race down the other end. Patel, too, tried to slide this ahead. Opportunity here is wide. Problem is now with less than a minute left, Chi-Hi's probably got just one more chance to make it up the pitch. Patel was trying to feed Landon Lee on the near side post. Last call tonight, ball rolls through, it's a foot race, and there's a look deflected off the goalkeeper, I believe. Offside, yeah, offside, right. Player up high was beyond the last. Flag went up right away from this official on the near side. So that would not have been a goal even if the shot was true, and that's where things are going to end tonight. Uphoff's goal from Mason Horn, sophomore to sophomore at the 65th minute, is the game winner tonight. Congratulations to the Marshfield Tigers. On senior night, they've defeated Chippewa Falls. The final score is 3-2. That's going to conclude our play-by-play coverage tonight. We'll be down on the field with Coach Jeff Moulter to wrap up our coverage this evening. Post-game coverage brought to you by Nasonville Dairy. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get them at Nasonville Dairy, Curtis, Marshfield, or online, nasonvilledairy.com. Tied 2-2 at the 65th minute, Matthew Uphoff scores the game-winning goal for the Tigers, and they are 3-2 winners tonight. Marshfield improves to 4-7-1 on the season, and we will revisit the Marshfield Tigers soccer program on Thursday when they'll be home against Stevens Point. My name's Chris Conley. Thank you for listening in to our Zaleski sports coverage. Final score tonight from Marshfield, Tigers 3, Chippewa Falls 2 on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually, that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.